In the previous class, we have already studied about the physical changes. Okay, we know that there are many changes around us. Some of the changes are physical change. Like example, you see, if I squeeze this bottle, what is happening? Water is coming out, and I am pushing this bottle. The shape of the bottle changes. This is an example of physical change, where there is no new substance is formed. Okay, no new substance is formed. If I break this chalk, you see, I am getting two separate pieces of chalks, but no new substance is formed. So we already know, we have already discussed that in a physical change, no new substances are formed. So we have already known some examples of physical changes. Now in today's class, we will be going to study about the chemical changes that are taking place around us. Okay, so chemical changes are the type of changes in which the new substances will be formed. Okay, there will be a formation of new substance taking place. So before going through some of the chemical changes, let me tell you something about the characteristics of some chemical changes. What are the characteristics of chemical change? Like you see, so in a chemical change, a new substance will form. Okay? Then there may be evolution of heat and light. In chemical change, there may be evolution of heat and light. Then color change may take place. There will be a change in color. Okay. Change in odor. Odor means smell. Change in smell may take place. Okay. Then evolution of gas may be there. A new gas may form. The gas may evolve. Okay. So these are some of the changes that you can see during a chemical change. And one more thing is the changes are generally not reversible. The changes are generally not reversible. Means if you once you get a new substance, you cannot get the previous substance back again in a chemical change. In general cases, sometimes we may get, but in most of the cases we will always get a new substance. New substance will form. We will get a new product. Okay. Now let us see some examples of chemical changes. So first you see, here I have piece of metal in my hand. Can anybody say what this metal is? Yes. Can you tell me? What is this? Name of this metal? This is a magnesium ribbon. Okay. This is a magnesium ribbon. Okay. Now we have a magnesium ribbon here. This magnesium is a metal. Okay. The symbol for magnesium is what is its color? The color is almost gray color. Now let us see how it combines with oxygen present in the air. Okay, and see what happens. Okay, so first we have to you see, we have to burn it in air. So we are getting oxygen from here. So what will happen when this magnesium ribbon burns? Let us see. So what do you observe? Now you can see some changes are taking place here. What was the change? See the magnesium strip again, the color, grey color. Now the color changed. Okay, a new substance is formed here. So that means this was a chemical change. A new substance is formed. Do you know the name of this new substance that is formed here? You know the name of the new substance that is formed? Can you tell me? Magnesium oxide. The color is white in color. Now you see this, the new substance that was formed is magnesium oxide. So how this new substance was formed? You see, the magnesium reacted with the oxygen present in the air to form magnesium oxide. Okay, symbolically we can write it as magnesium, which is a solid, it was a metal, it reacted with the oxygen present in the air, which is a gas. Okay, so it formed magnesium oxide, which was again a new solid. Okay, now I have balanced the equation that you will learn in the higher classes. Okay, so this is a chemical reaction which represents the reaction between magnesium and oxygen. Okay, so from where did we get the oxygen? From where did we get the oxygen? Bhagavaji, can you tell me? From where? From the flame of this spirit lamp. Okay, that means we got the oxygen from the fire around us. So oxygen was present there because oxygen is a supporter of combustion. So to anything burn anything, we need oxygen. So the oxygen was present in the air. So we got the oxygen from the air actually. Okay, so magnesium got the oxygen from the air and it formed magnesium oxide, which is a new substance. You see, the color here was grey. Now we got a white colored substance. Okay, that was magnesium oxide. Now we will do one more reaction. Now we got this substance, which is magnesium oxide. Okay, you see, this becomes a powder. This becomes a powder. Okay, now we will mix, we will take it in a test tube. We will take this magnesium oxide in a test tube and we will mix it with some amount of water. You see a white color substance is formed. Okay. So now, when this magnesium oxide reacts with water, we get another new substance. Okay. So, this new substance is magnesium hydroxide. Okay. This new substance is magnesium hydroxide. So, magnesium oxide reacts with the water to form magnesium hydroxide. Okay, this is magnesium oxide, this is water, we are getting magnesium hydroxide. Okay, now in the previous chapter we have studied about acids and bases. Okay. Now let us see what is the nature of this substance that we got here. That is magnesium hydroxide. Let us check the nature of this substance. Okay. So I would like to call Satyajit over here to check the nature of this substance and tell everybody that what the nature of this substance is. Please come here. Put it in this watch glass. Take some more water here. Mix it. Put the substance in this watch glass. Okay. Now you take litmus papers for testing the nature of the substance. You take blue litmus as well as red litmus. You know what is blue litmus and red litmus papers, na? They are indicators, natural indicators. Okay? We have already studied that in the previous chapter. So here Satyajit is testing the nature. Use this forcer to hold the litmus papers. Okay, and you test. Put it in. Okay. Now you show it to the class. You see, when Satyajit put this blue litmus paper in this solution, magnesium hydroxide, there was no change. Blue litmus paper remained blue. Okay. Keep it. Now you put the red litmus paper. So now Satyajit has put this red litmus paper in this magnesium hydroxide. Now, do you observe any change? What is the change? The red litmus is becoming blue color. Please show it to the class. You see, the red litmus paper has turned blue. Okay. So from here, what we can tell about the nature of the substance? You tell me, Tushar? The nature of the substance is base. So we got a basic substance here. Magnesium hydroxide. The nature of this magnesium hydroxide is base. Thank you, Satyajit. You can go over there. Okay. So the nature of magnesium hydroxide is basic. Do you know what this magnesium hydroxide is used for? Anybody who has idea? Yes.
Magnesium hydroxide.
Where it is used?
In magnesium.
Milk of magnesia. So this magnesium hydroxide, the other name for this magnesium hydroxide is milk of magnesia. You know what is the use of that milk of magnesia? Yes, Sukanto, can you tell me? Use of milk of magnesia. Where it is used? Okay, no problem, you can say it. Ankit, can you tell me the use of this milk of magnesia? No, okay, I'll tell you. Actually, this milk of magnesia is used to treat the indigestion problem. Suppose if you have an acidity, okay, due to the excessive acid in your stomach, then you can use this magnesium hydroxide to neutralize the acid of your stomach. So it is used for the neutralization of acid, excessive acid in our digestive system that is present in our stomach. Okay, so it helps in neutralize the effect of the acid in the stomach. If you have excessive acidity problem, then you can use this magnesium hydroxide. Okay, this have you heard the name of this Digene syrup or Digene tablet? That Digene tablet or Digene syrup has this magnesium hydroxide in it. Okay, that is used for treating the acidity. Okay, so this is an example of chemical change. You see the color of the blue red litmus changed to blue. So we have seen the change in color also. Okay, blue litmus, red litmus changed to blue. There was no effect on the blue litmus. Okay, so that means whatever we have done now was an example of chemical change. So we have seen a chemical change here. Okay, now let us see one more chemical change here. Okay, so here in this boiling tube, I have the substance, a liquid is present in this boiling tube, and this liquid is actually dilute hydrochloric acid. Okay, dilute hydrochloric acid. Okay, now Kalpajit, please come here and light this spirit lamp. Thank you. Okay, you may go there and see the reaction that is taking place. You see, now I have this dilute hydrochloric acid here and I have some metal here. Do you know what this metal is? This is zinc metal. Okay, again the color is silver gray in color. Okay, so now this zinc metal, I will put this zinc metal in this dilute hydrochloric acid and see and observe the changes. See what is happening? Gas is coming out. Huh? Do you know the net? What is this gas? Did you hear a sound? Okay, this sound was because the gas that is evolving here is hydrogen gas. Okay, the gas that is evolving here is a hydrogen gas, and to test whether the gas that is evolved is hydrogen, we use a burning splitter and put it over the mouth of this boiling tube. If you hear a pop sound, that means that gas that is evolving here is hydrogen gas. Okay? So, what actually is happening, you see, zinc metal is reacting vigorously with the dilute hydrochloric acid present in the boiling tube, and a new substance is formed along with the evolution of gases. Okay? So the mixture becomes hot. If you hold the boiling tube now, you will feel the heat. You see? Is it hot?
Yes.
So this heat is evolved during this reaction. You can see. Hot na? This is hot. Okay? You can also try. Can you feel the heat? Okay, so when you do this reaction yourself, you will see how this boiling tube becomes hot. Okay, so such type of reaction is called exothermic reaction. Okay, where the heat is evolved. In this type of reaction, the heat is evolving. So this is an example of exothermic reaction. So as you can see in the characteristics of chemical change, evolution of heat and light. So we have seen both the reaction, in which we have seen the evolution of heat also, evolution of light also. Then we have also seen the change in color. We have observed that a new substance is formed in chemical reaction. We have seen evolution of gas also. Okay, and all these changes. Can you get back the magnesium again from this magnesium oxide? Not possible. Okay. Can you get back the zinc again from this new substance that is found here? Not possible. Okay. So that means all these reactions that we have observed now were chemical changes. Now let us see the reaction of the second chemical change, that is the reaction between zinc metal and hydrochloric acid. Symbol for zinc metal is Zn. Okay. Symbol for hydrochloric acid has a formula. Hydrochloric acid has a formula HCl. We have to write AQ here, which denotes that hydrochloric acid is mixed with water and an aqueous solution is formed. Okay. Now, when this zinc metal reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid, we get zinc chloride and hydrogen gas with the evolution of heat. Heat is also involved in the reaction. Symbolically, you can write it as zinc with hydrochloric acid will give you zinc chloride. Okay. And hydrogen gas with evolution of heat. So this is the chemical reaction that is taking place. Okay. So in general, whenever a metal will react with dilute acid, you will get a metallic salt and hydrogen gas. Okay, so this is a chemical reaction. So this is the general form. Whenever you are reacting a metal with a dilute acid, you will always get a metallic salt and hydrogen gas will be evolved in the process. So to confirm the evolution of hydrogen gas, you will use a burning splinter over the mouth of the test tube or the boiling tube, and if you hear a pop sound, what sound? Pop sound, then that confirms that the gas that is evolved is hydrogen gas. Are you clear? All of you? Now, I will be giving you some assignments to do. Okay? Based on the reactions that we have seen just now, I will give you some assignments. So please write it down in your notebooks. So this will be your assignment. Please try it now. Okay. So in tomorrow's class we'll be studying some more chemical changes around us and some more examples of chemical changes. Thank you for today's class.